Local farmers in South Korea face growing pressure amid calls to ban and eliminate the dog meat industry, a trade that has existed in the country for centuries. Kim Sung reports.
Dog meat farmers in South Korea worry for their future after lawmakers and animal rights advocates joined forces in urging the National Assembly to create a legislative bill that will permanently ban the industry in the country. The centuries-old practice of eating dog meat is neither explicitly banned nor legalized in South Korea. Over the years, its popularity has declined as more and more people want to end the industry for good. Campaigners are pushing not only for the public awareness of animal rights, but also worry how the industry could affect South Korea's international image as a cultural powerhouse and a home to K-pop superstars. For centuries, the consumption of dog meat in the Korean peninsula has long been viewed as a source of stamina on hot summer days. An opposition lawmaker who submitted a bill to outlaw the consumption of dog meat last month argued the industry comes as a shock to foreigners who perceive South Korea as a cultural powerhouse. But efforts towards the passage of an anti-dog meat law continue to face obstacles due to protests by farmers, restaurant owners, and others involved in the dog meat industry. According to the Dog Farmers Association, the number of farms nationwide has dropped by half from few years ago, while the number of dogs slaughtered each year declined from several million down to 700,000 to 1 million dogs. Solisobogo Kim Sang-imnida, SMNI News, South Korea.
A recent Gallup poll reveals that public confidence in the U.S. military has reached its lowest point since 1997. Over the past 2 years, trust in the armed forces has declined by 10 points, leading to a historic recruitment crisis. Loren Santos has the details.
According to a Gallup poll published on Monday, fewer Americans have confidence in their military than at any point since 1997. Over the last 2 years, trust in the armed forces has dropped by 10 points, leading to a historic recruitment crisis for the services. The poll that was conducted in June revealed that 60% of respondents expressed a great deal or quite a lot of confidence in the military, which is down from 64% last year. The last time public confidence in the military was at 60% was in 1997, and it has not been lower since 1988, when it was at 58%. After the 9/11 attacks in 2001, public support for the U.S. services surged, with the armed forces enjoying 82% approval when President George W. Bush invaded Iraq in 2003. While the post-9/11 patriotism declined as the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan continued, approval remained in the mid-70s until 2020, when it began to steadily decline year after year. Traditionally, Republicans are more likely to support the military than Democrats, but their confidence has dropped from 91% in 2020 to 68% today. As public support for the military declines, the armed forces are facing challenges in recruiting new members. Army, Navy, and Air Force leaders testified in a congressional hearing in March that they all expect to fall short of their recruitment targets this year, particularly after the Army experienced its worst year for recruitment in 2020 since the abolition of the draft in 1973. According to a Pentagon study published in March, of the 17 to 24-year-olds usually targeted by military recruiters, 80% are physically unfit for service due to obesity, drug use, or poor mental health. Furthermore, only 9% of this age group have an interest in joining the military in the first place, as stated by Army Secretary Christine Wormuth in an interview with CNBC News in October. Reporting, this has been Loren Santos, SMNI News.
Australia welcomed a decision by the United Nations scientific advisors to stop the downgrade of the Great Barrier Reef to an endangered World Heritage Site. Shayna Salim reports.
Australian officials once again breathed a sigh of relief after the world's largest reef system under its care managed to avoid being placed on a list of World Heritage Sites categorized as endangered. In a report, UNESCO acknowledged the positive steps taken by the Australian government to protect the reef, since representatives sent by the agency visited Queensland in March last year. The agency's scientific advisors, however, warned that the planet's biggest coral reef remains under serious threat due to global warming and water pollution. In November of last year, UN experts recommended that the world's largest coral reef system be added to the list of World Heritage in danger due to threats including rising ocean temperatures. But UNESCO issued an updated report in Paris on Monday, which asked to re-evaluate whether the famed tourist attraction in Queensland fitted the World Heritage in danger criteria. Due to heat stress, the Great Barrier Reef has suffered a series of mass bleaching events since 2017. Australia's draft recommendation on how to improve the situation of the world's largest coral reef system will be discussed at a meeting in Saudi Arabia in September, which will be attended by 21 countries. Reporting from New South Wales, this is Shina Selim, SMNI News, Australia.